Pour yourself a cold one and join us for an hour filled to the brim with fun.
It hurts in my ears right now.
Entertainment.
Cheeky, bang, bang.
Information.
I need some water and a washcloth.
And a little weirdness.
Can I be a duck? Yeah, I don't think they want me to be a duck.
It's Happy Hour with DJ Kyle.
Hey, welcome to another edition of Happy Hour. We couldn't do it without our sponsors. Thanks to American Elm Company for this fantastic decor. Also, our exclusive attraction of Happy Hour, the Ozarks Amphitheater. Surdike Yamaha for year-round fun. Our good friends over there at Our Veterinary and Ozark Barge and Dock. Dock's built tough since 1988. Fantastic show lined up. We have a one-eyed cat named Svedka, which I'm excited about that for our furry friends. Lakery Bakery, we do some sampling of some amazing bread on the show. Jenny Wall comes in and chats with us. Also, we sit down with Constance Hoffman from COMC. All of that and a whole lot more right here on Happy Hour.
Country music icon, Trace Adkins, in concert.
That honky tonk, but donk.
Somewhere in America tour. Friday, June 30th, Ozarks Amphitheater.
You need a heartbreak song.
Trace Adkins with Eddie Montgomery. Tickets on sale now at ozarksamp.com. Bridal Cave and Split Arrow Boutique. New album available now. Trace Adkins, Somewhere in America.
Want a dock that will withstand the wake from a million boats? Want a dock that's different from the usual dock? Then you want Ozark Barge and Dock in Gravois Mills. Ozark Barge and Dock now celebrating 35 years of building the best dock on Lake of the Ozarks. And we guarantee every dock we build. So when it comes time to build your custom dock, trust the best and go with Ozark Barge and Dock, building the best dock at the lake for the last 35 years.
If it's happening at the lake, it's happening on Lake TV. From the Polar Plunge to festivals parades, Aquapalooza, and boat shows, Lake TV has it all. Even the granddaddy of them all, the shootouts. If you're looking for places to party, things to do, or even a new home to move into, you've gotta love Lake TV.
Your furry friends are more than pets, they're family, and at Our Veterinary, we understand that. With multiple locations, we can service your pets when and where you need it. Our team of professionals offer routine wellness, orthopedic care from broken bones to joint repair, and even emergency services. We are ready to welcome your pet to our family with medical or preventative care. Our Veterinary, with 6 convenient locations, the team providing exceptional care for your pet when and where you need it.
Hey, welcome back to Happy Hour. Speaking of happy, Constance Hoffman from COMC is here, and we've got a lot to talk about. COMC is always busy. Every time that you come in here, you're telling us about things that you just did, things that you have going on, and I want to say congratulations and happy anniversary. COMC has been open at the Lori Clinic for 1 year now, is that right?
Yesterday was 1 year already. It's amazing how the time has flown by.
Where are the confetti? Oh, we were supposed to have confetti shoot down here.
I don't like to vacuum that up.
Yeah, it's that budget. But anyhow, congratulations to you.
Thank
and
you.
I have to say, I've been super pleased with going into the Lori Clinic. That's where my dentist is right now. And so I've been going in there and just having a great time. the ladies that greet me right when I first walk in, super happy. Everyone that comes out, hi, how are you? You know, so it's really nice. And of course, seeing a lot of the same people that I've seen the last couple trips, you know, they'll see me and wave and stuff. It's very welcoming. What all do you do at the Laurie Clinic? Because I'm just visiting a dentist there, but I know there's a lot of other things that go on there.
There definitely is. And yes, we have spectacular dentists, 2 on staff. So yes. But we also provide pediatrics. We have a pediatrician that's there every Friday. We also have an OBGYN in family practice. So that covers all of us on the medical side. And then we also do behavioral health out of that location also.
Wow. All in the one location. It's like a one-stop shop right there.
It is. I think we're a little bit larger once you get inside than you think we are on the outside.
Yeah, from the outside I looked and I just thought, okay, well, yeah, this is where the dentist is. And then I walked in and it's just like extra doors and extra spaces. I thought you somehow just made the most out of the space that you have. So
well, and the great thing about this being still a relatively new location is that we can offer same-day appointments.
Yeah.
Not only dental, maybe not as much so, but definitely on the medical side we can assist.
Oh, that makes it great. That does make it great. So now another thing that I've been noticing around the community, obviously COMC is everywhere. And it's one of those you provide so many great things for our community. But when I'm down at the Strip, back behind like Tucker Shuckers area, there's a big sign that says Hub, and it says COMC, and I see that, and I've heard a lot of people going, what's the Hub on the Strip, and what all does it offer? So you have a location there on the Strip, just right back, what is that, the Luby's Plaza. Luby's Plaza, that's what it is. So it's right back there. What does the Hub do, and what all do you have coming up there at the Hub?
Well, as you said, we never let anything go under our feet very, very long before we have something going on. But the Hub is a COMC community center, a resource center. So if somebody is looking for a resource, you're getting frustrated, stop Googling, stop making all those phone calls. Contact us if you're looking for transportation. You have a doctor's appointment and you can't get there. If you're looking for housing, if you're looking for assistance with food, if you're looking for information on can I apply for Medicaid or Medicare, we have somebody that is dedicated there Monday through Friday from 8 to 5. We're closed during the lunch hour from 12 to 1. But Christy is there and to answer all of those questions. And if we don't have the answer, we will find the answer.
That's great. Like that's lined up for me because I'm one of those that like sometimes I get so frustrated when you're, trying to find online and you see all these different things that, yeah, you could do this. No, you can't do that. So it's nice just to go to someone that knows what they're talking about, or at least can get you in touch with the person that knows about that that thing that you're trying to figure out. Now you also have some big stuff that's coming up just for the community to come and check out about eating healthy, making a little bit healthy decisions.
That's it. We started this past Tuesday, yesterday, and it is a 6-week class. You don't have to attend all of those. The class is free. And what it is, it's about purchasing correctly at the market, preparing healthy for you and your family. So starting those good habits for your kids at a younger age so they can pass that on hopefully to their kids. So,
nice.
We took part of the Hub and added a stove, and it already had a refrigerator, but we have counter space now. So it's really a prep area so we can do hands-on training.
Oh, very cool. And when does this all go down? When can we sign up for it? Or
you can sign up. The best way to find the information is to go to the Facebook page, which is The Hub COMC.
Okay.
So it has its own dedicated Facebook page. You don't have to sign up, but we always like to know who's going to be there. And it's every Tuesday from 2 to 3 in the afternoon and 100% free.
That is great. So when you're in the markets, in the supermarket, and you're looking at all the boxes that have all the flashy words and the this and that, and you're like, I'm so confused what is good for me and what's not.
Sure.
You guys can boil that down to here's some good healthy purchasing and good healthy cooking.
Right.
And I love that idea.
Yeah, everyone's very active in the summer, so your nutrition is even more important. You need those good calories to, if you're water skiing or playing, in the lake in the water. So it's all about, again, just starting out right.
Leave it to COMC to be doing more and more things for our community. Speaking of more things for the community, a lot of kids doing some summer activities and sports and stuff.
Right.
A lot of parents looking for the sports physicals. What do you have to tell us about the sports physicals?
Well, we have you covered there too.
What? Nothing you can't do.
We started earlier this month, so the entire month of June, on every Friday from 8 to 5, we're offering free sports physicals. You don't have to be an existing patient of COMC. You just walk in, no appointment is needed. We have the paperwork. We'll conduct the physical, give you the paperwork that's needed. And that is at Camdenton, Laurie, Eldon, and Osage Beach locations.
Wow, multiple locations. Very good. Now, where can they go again to find out all the information on everything that we've covered? We obviously cover a lot with COMC because there's a lot going on, but the free sports physicals, the eating right at the hub, where are the places that they can go to get information?
They can go to multiple places. They can go to our main Facebook page, which is the COMC Facebook page, and everything kind of is shared between the two. But specifically for the hub, that would be the hub COMC Facebook.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for coming in, and we look forward to the next things that COMC is going to be doing. So please get involved with COMC, follow them on Facebook, and check out all the great things that they're doing in our community. And it's, as always, it's such a pleasure to sit down and chat with you.
Great to see you always, Kyle.
Absolutely. We have more with Happy Hour coming up.
Want a dock that will withstand the wake from a million boats? Want a dock that's different from the usual dock? Then you want Ozark Barge and Dock in Gravois Mills. Ozark Barge and Dock now celebrating 35 years of building the best dock on Lake of the Ozarks. And we guarantee every dock we build. So when it comes time to build your custom dock, trust the best and go with Ozark Barge and Dock, building the best dock at the lake for the last 35 years.
Oh, the Ozarks Amphitheater, the exclusive attraction of Happy Hour. Don't forget to follow them on Facebook for all of their amazing giveaways. They're always doing something fun on Facebook. Also, don't forget to check out the shows that are coming up. Trace Adkins' Somewhere in America tour with Eddie Montgomery. That's happening Friday, June 30th. And I'm super excited. July 2nd, Sunday, July 2nd, Earth, Wind, and Fire, and yours truly gets to open up in the plaza before Earth, Wind, and Fire. Get your tickets right now, ozarksamp.com.
Your furry friends are more than pets, they're family. And at our veterinary, we understand that. With multiple locations, we can service your pets when and where you need it. Our team of professionals offer routine wellness, orthopedic care from broken bones to joint repair, and even emergency services. We are ready to welcome your pet to our family with medical or preventative care. Our veterinary, with 6 convenient locations, the team providing exceptional care for your pet when and where you need it.
Hey, welcome back to Happy Hour. We are sitting down with none other than Jenny Wall with the Watchdog Report, and we are talking about the June issue of the Watchdog Report. Hey, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure to be here.
We have a lot going on in this edition right here. I've glanced through this, and there is literally all the information you need to know about Camden County, about the lake area, about all the different things that are going on. I'm interested in, here on page 2, we're talking about a cemetery that maybe some of the bodies might be washing into the lake. What is going on with this?
Well, that is exciting, right? Because you don't usually get dead bodies in a political newsletter.
Yeah, exactly.
So this is like a big deal. The issue came up in front of the Camden County Commission that for some time Bollinger Creek, which is Road 713 out here, Bollinger Road goes by Bollinger Creek, and it has, I guess, for some time been eroding the cemetery and actually washing bodies into the lake in this creek.
I had no clue of
I
this.
didn't either. Apparently, the previous commission had actually allocated funds for a project that was never implemented. Which, if you know Camden County and their projects, that's not too much of a
shock
stretch.
there, huh?
Yeah. So it came up, and I'm happy to report that the commission tabled it. And I put a list of things in here that I think they'll think about. I don't think, me personally, my opinion, that this is automatically county money.
Yeah.
To me, it would set a precedent for other erosion problems in other cemeteries. And so I would look to the Corps of Engineers and other places, but they did table it. So I hope they're going off and doing that research, and come back with a good answer that hopefully doesn't involve spending taxpayer dollars on
because it really
erosion control.
It really does come down to, like, this is a serious issue. You know, you have these bodies. This is like a sacred area, a sacred land, and now these bodies are washing out. So then, who does it land on? Is it the cemetery? Is it the Corps of Engineers? Is it Ameren? Is it the county? Is it the city? Is it, so
who knows, right?
It is one of those. I'm kind of glad that they're going to come back and revisit it. So I assume that we're going to get more information on this in the future. Do we know when they're going to be speaking about this?
No, and there's some discipline that I wish the commission would put in place, like maybe on the county website, have an issues list of here's the things that we're working on and here's the status of them. Because unless you just go and happen to pick up the meeting that they talk about at the next time, there's really no way to know what happened with that, you know. And I think in the name of fiscal responsibility, it would be really good if they had a rule that said we don't allocate money to something that is presented to us that day. There's time to take a breath. There's time to think about. So yesterday when I was there, they had a group in that's promoting the county fairgrounds, which everybody agrees is a great idea.
Oh, yeah.
But so far, they had not been able to cobble together $30,000 for a feasibility study. So they came in asking for $50,000. Well, at first, the county was, well, no, it's not in our budget, and we don't, we can't help you. Well, through some interaction with the audience, we reminded them that they had given $70,000 to the bike trail folks.
Oh,
and
gotcha.
said, hey, ultimately it just turned completely around, got very emotional, and everybody's like, yeah, let's find this money in the passport budget and let's give it to them. What I think would have been better is if they had said, okay, we found this money in the budget. We're going to take a day or two to attach some conditions to it, some tracking, some strings, I think I called it in the meeting, and was immediately, shush, they're about to give us the money, and I'm like, well, so it was a feel-good moment for everybody, but this group is now going to hire a contractor who we don't know how they arrived at this contractor. I mean, I'm sure they're all very nice, smart people, and I hope it goes really, really well. But had I been the commissioners, I think I would have said, come back Thursday, and in the meantime, send us an email that explains how you chose this contractor and a little more information about how this money is going to be
instead of just
spent.
giving taxpayer money out and saying, just do whatever you want with it.
But it was a lovely moment, and I'm glad that they got it. They're just, and to his credit, the presiding commissioner was kind of like, okay, well, we need a report in 30 days. And they're like, no, we won't know anything in 30 days. We'll tell you in 60. And I was sitting there going like, dude, they just gave you $40,000. Maybe you could come back in 30 days.
Maybe you can come up with something in 30 days.
It was fun to watch. And I'm glad. I hope that we do move forward with it. And their request was legit. They wanted the money to do a feasibility study to help generate donations.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it goes. But this is an emotional bunch in here. I hope in 2024 we can elect a very boring, staid, fiscally responsible commissioner.
So speaking of an emotional bunch, I know that sometimes in government there are those knee-jerk reactions where it's just like, we need to do this. So coming down to the next thing, reading about the federal firearms license holders in Camden County. So this is kind of a way to make everything legal, right?
Yes. This is the workaround. If you're in Camden County and you have an FFL license, these are the steps that you can follow to get the information for yourself to hand it to the ATF to renew or gain a new license in Camden County. Because as it says, I'll just read this last sentence, county employees will not be allowed to answer ATF requests that come directly to county offices. So the county has told the ATF, no, we're not going to answer these questions about zoning violations or other things. It violates the Second Amendment Protection Act. So now you have to get this for yourself, and here's how you do it right here on page 2.
Very good. And again, we only have about a minute left. I want to cover this last page. There's a lot of stuff going on with the renovation project.
Yeah.
Why don't you give us a quick overview of what we can expect in this edition here?
Very quickly. Sorry, I just
No,
go on.
I love it. I love it.
So there were no lessons learned done from the renovation project. No application of lessons learned to county projects. During the campaign last year for this presiding commissioner, I campaigned hard. A lot. I was very supportive, with the understanding that one of the first priorities would be to revamp the purchasing process in Camden County that led to this and how to fix it. After election, my ideas have been rejected. They are here, and I hope that the commission will relent and let the purchasing department improve, because the way they do it now is really bad. And maybe a good citizen that also understands how bids work could communicate with them and help out. I hope it happens.
Well,
We'll
I'm
see.
so glad that you bring us so much information in the Watchdog Report. How do people get a hold of the June edition of the Watchdog Report?
The best way to get the Watchdog Report is to email me, contact@WATCHDAWGreport.com. Email's always the best. They are at several locations. The printed versions are at the Tavern Smokehouse in Camdenton, Firefly Valley Farms Coffee, Shell's Pasta over by Hy-Vee, the Rusty Rooster, the Fitz Tackle locations. I'm a fisherman, so there they are. The Neighborhood Office Pub, the Cozy Cafe over off KK has some. If you're out in Climax Springs, 7 Express, the Come On In Cafe. Crazy Roy's way out on Double D over on the edge of Benton County has some. And then Sunset Tire and Dave's Car Care down on 42. Woods Groceries, I stuck them in the grocery stores this month, just getting the word out. Precision Tire, and then Clark's Tire on North 5 in Camdenton has some.
So you can find them all around the lake. This is what you're looking for, the Watchdog Report. Pick it up, read it. So much great information. Jenny, thank you so much again for coming in on the show today. And we wish you all the best, and we can't wait to hear more about the information that you have in this edition.
Thank you.
We have more of Happy Hour coming up after this.
Country music icon Trace Adkins in concert.
That honky tonk, but donka donk.
Somewhere in America tour.
Ladies love country boys.
Friday, June 30th, Ozarks Amphitheater.
You need a heartbreak song.
Trace Adkins with Eddie Montgomery. Tickets on sale now at ozarksamp.com. Bridal Cave and Split Arrow Boutique. New album available now. Trace Adkins, Somewhere in America.
If it's happening at the lake, it's happening on Lake TV. From the Polar Plunge to festivals parades, Aquapalooza, and boat shows, Lake TV has it all. Even the granddaddy of them all, the shootouts. If you're looking for places to party, things to do, or even a new home to move into, you've gotta love Lake TV.
Your furry friends are more than pets, they're family. And at our veterinary, we understand that. With multiple locations, we can service your pets when and where you need it. Our team of professionals offer routine wellness, orthopedic care from broken bones to joint repair, and even emergency services. We are ready to welcome your pet to our family with medical or preventative care. Our veterinary, with 6 convenient locations, the team providing exceptional care for your pet when and where you need it.
Hey, welcome back to Happy Hour. As you can see here, this is a really, really happy hour. We have with us today Seth and Adara from Lakery Bakery, right?
Yeah.
Did I say it right?
Yeah.
Good. I was questioning, but I got it right. So as we see, we have just a beautiful display of bread and cookies that you guys have here. I want to ask a little bit here, before we get into where we can find these and before we get into eating these, how did you get into baking and making something that's so amazing?
Yeah, so I think I started 5 or 6 years ago. It was at Thanksgiving family reunion. My wife's cousin was into sourdough baking. He'd made these amazing dinner rolls, and I just thought, oh my goodness, these are incredible. How I want to be able to do this. And he was like, oh, it's easy. I'll give you some starter. And so he gave me this little jar of this like goop and sent me home with it and said, you have to feed it or it'll die. And I was like, okay. And so I think I fed it once or twice and then forgot about it. And then it died.
It's kind of like my houseplants.
Yeah, that's how I am with all houseplants. And
I asked for food, not another child.
Yeah. So I think it was 5 or 6 months later, I was like, I want to figure this out. I'm going to do this. I didn't want to go out on a lose. And so learned how to make my own starter, just flour and water, and you mix it up and let it sit out. And there's apparently wild yeast all around us in the air. Kind of latches onto that and it starts to eat and it grows. So I made my own, took about a week, and then you can use it to make bread. And it honestly, it felt like magic because you're just taking this dust, this flour, it just looks like dust. You mix it with water, you put some of this live yeast in it, and then out comes this like beautiful loaf of bread. I was like, how is this?
Wow.
How is it? And I love eating bread. And so from there, it was just like, it just became this, every week it was kind of like, I'd like to learn a little bit more about this. So you go down the rabbit hole of reading about it. How can I make this a little bit better? How can I experiment? And here we are.
Now, how long have you been at this? Like, when was the sourdough incident that kicked this all off?
Yeah, I think it was 5 or 6 years ago.
Really? Okay, so that was when it triggered. Okay, now, as the daughter, do you just see Dad like working in the kitchen all the time, trying to come up with some new breads? And why don't you guys sample this one? Have you been eating a lot of bread in the last 5 years?
There's always bread. There's always bread. Honestly, like, he started right as we moved to a new house. So, like, I've never been at the house we're at now and not had this bread. And it's so good. And we eat it all the time. Like, we'll have just bread left over. Mom will be like, okay, for lunch, you can have bread with whatever you want. Just eat bread.
Just eat bread. We just need to eat some bread.
Yeah.
Oh, but it's so good every time. It's like,
Now, being a family business that like you're selling these now in where do you
so
where's your outlet?
We go to the Firefly Eat and Greet Market, which is in the parking lot of Firefly Coffee Roastery, just next to the library on South 5. And then we take some orders out of our house out of the week. We're in Osage Beach.
That's very cool. So now what's your involvement as one of the kids, this being a family thing? I can tell that you're very passionate about what you're eating and what you're seeing and the things that your dad's been doing and creating these things, because you came in super excited. We were talking about, I understand if people are like gluten intolerant, and you just started getting very excited.
Well, that's the cool part about it. It's because of how this works is, Dad used to bake for a coffee shop before we started doing it out of home. And 6 of the baristas were gluten-free. and they could all eat Dad's bread.
Wow.
And one of them hadn't had bread for 7 years. And I was just like, that is so cool. That is so cool that we could like offer that to people, and that's an actual option.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Anyway, I love telling about it because it's just so fascinating to me.
And,
Anyway.
and what are some of the other things, like when you set up for the markets and things like
Yeah.
that? Are you heavily involved in
Yeah,
that, or do you
I
sit
do the
back and
display.
relax?
That's the
She
fun
is
part.
the
I
design.
love.
She makes things look pretty.
I love it so much. I made our, oh my gosh, I remember the first time Dad was like, hey, do you want to do this farmer's market? And I was like, yes. And then he was like, it's going to be windy. And we were looking at like Hobby Lobby for a tablecloth and we couldn't find one. And I was like, I could make one. He was like, you could make one? I was like, yeah, we can go get some cloth and I could like make one and we could put weights in it so it wouldn't blow. And I made this tablecloth and we use it every week. And I really enjoyed making it because it wasn't necessarily food, but it was for the family business. So
Absolutely.
that was
That's
just
so
something I
neat how
remember.
everything works together. And
Yeah.
you have to be a proud dad to, see this marketing mastermind come in and go, wait a minute, I'm going to make a tablecloth with weights in it, which, why is this not a thing?
That's what I know.
Seriously.
Like
Spin off a side
patent
business
it.
here. Weighted
Yeah.
tablecloths.
Because I don't know how many places you go and there's wind blowing and tablecloths
Yeah.
flying. There's your next thing.
There we go.
There's your next thing.
I think that was the other one of the other side reasons we wanted to do this is because Adara and then 3 other kids. She's the oldest, but I feel like they have so much energy. They're always like inventing a game or coming up with learning how to sew. There's just so much
Look what I
energy.
made. Dad, look what I made.
And so she's 13, will be 14. She's not old enough to have a job, but there's just all this energy to create and to do. And I thought, well, if we do this together, this would give an outlet for that energy, and we could do this. Something we could do all together.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, let's get into this absolute amazing feast that we have in front of us.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about what you have here and what you offer.
Yeah, so we've got cookies. Those are Adara's creation. Wonderful cookies. This is focaccia. So it's got a little bit of olive oil. It's baked in a pan.
It's Italian style.
It's got rosemary and thyme and a little bit of pink salt on the top. This one is honey wheat. Half of the whole wheat is fresh ground. I've got a little mill at home. And so,
of course you do.
I know, right? So I grind that and a little bit of honey, a little bit of olive oil. And then this one here, this is my favorite in the latest creation. I was trying to, I wanted to make something unique. I wanted to make something that fit Lake of the Ozarks. And so I decided, I wonder if I could replicate the flavor of a porter beer in bread. Because you hear people say, oh yeah, beer is liquid bread. I was like, well, I'll just go the other way.
The
like
other way and make a bread
is solid beer.
Yeah.
And
I wouldn't know if he got close, but it tastes really good.
So this I've gotten to be friends with Dave over at Ozark Distillery and Brewery. I got some spent grain from him. So it's got spent grain that he used to brew beer. It's got local honey from Beckmeyer's farm, and then it's got roasted barley, just like a brewer would use to make their own beer.
Well, this is happy hour. I figure that
There we go.
Might
if
as well
there's a
be
bread that
food.
we're going to sample,
Yeah.
let's get in.
Yeah.
Well, let's do all of them.
Okay,
We'll start with this
absolutely.
one.
Yeah.
We had the other half of this for breakfast.
The cookies were actually my cousin's recipe. I had found a recipe that I really liked, and she had made hers. And we were like, we both thought ours was better, and we need to do a bake-off. And so we made them, and we tried them, and I was like, yours are better. And she was like, thank you. And so I stole her recipe, and that's the one I use now, and it's so good. Yes, I do.
Now everyone's going to know that you stole it.
Well,
All right.
I'm selling it, so it's mine now.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Well, thank you guys so much. Let's give this one a shot.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Fresh.
Yeah.
That's the first word.
Out of the oven this morning.
Wow. Yeah. Okay, I could do a lot of this. This is good. This is good. Keep on cutting. Keep bringing it.
A week ago, we made this, and we had some leftovers, and we were grilling hamburgers, and we just chopped it into big squares and used it for buns.
Oh,
And we're
yes. Absolutely.
like, we're going to do this more.
Yep, that seems like a great idea.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to come back to all of these.
Yeah. All right, so this is the honey wheat. You want some butter on this one?
Oh, I'm fine.
You're
I'm
good, just the bread, all right?
taking it right here. The honey wheat.
Yeah, so this would be a pretty standard. The crumb is a little less open. The crumb is like the structure of the bread, how big the holes are. So this would be a tighter, denser crumb.
Yeah, it's a
Tinier
very
bubbles.
It's a very
basically.
dense, but I love that. I could imagine putting some, butter across there.
Yep,
Some
good for sandwiches.
even some apple butter.
Oh my gosh.
Homemade
it's so
apple butter
good.
on there.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, now it's time to get to the stout one.
Yeah, coffee house porter is what we call this. Oh, it's got, I think I forgot to say, it's got local coffee from Firefly Roaster
yeah.
as well. So we use
Coffee house porter.
use their cold brew.
It's got to be fun just inventing with foods and coming out with something that you go, wow,
Yeah.
we did this.
Yeah.
We made this.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Let's try this here. It's happy hour.
Ugh.
Yeah.
That is delightful. Where can people get this? You have to get this. Wow.
We're at Firefly Eat and Greet Market. You can find that on Facebook. Again, the Firefly Coffee Roastery parking lot next to the library on Old 5 in Camdenton. And then online, lakerybakery.com. We take some pre-orders as well during the week. People can pick up. We're in Osage Beach. We come out to Camdenton. So yeah.
Well, after I finish this, I'm going to hop into those cookies. Adira, Seth, thank you so much for coming on the show today, and thank you for blessing us with this food. Again, Lakery Bakery, check them out. We have more happy hour coming up.
Winter, spring, summer, or fall, Lake TV's got it all. We think it's hot stuff when things cool down. We spring into action when things start warming up. Of course, summer is one big, huge shootout on Lake TV. And we fall in love all over again when autumn rolls around. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, Lake TV's got it all.
Want a dock that will withstand the wake from a million boats? Want a dock that's different from the usual dock? Then you want Ozark Barge and Dock in Gravois Mills. Ozark Barge and Dock now celebrating 35 years of building the best dock on Lake of the Ozarks. And we guarantee every dock we build. So when it comes time to build your custom dock, trust the best and go with Ozark Barge and Dock, building the best dock at the lake for the last 35 years.
Oh, the Ozarks Amphitheater, the exclusive attraction of Happy Hour. Don't forget to follow them on Facebook for all of their amazing giveaways. They're always doing something fun on Facebook. Also, don't forget to check out the shows that are coming up. Trace Atkins' Somewhere in America tour with Eddie Montgomery. That's happening Friday, June 30th. And I'm super excited. July 2nd, Sunday, July 2nd, Earth, Wind, and Fire. And yours truly gets to open up in the plaza before Earth, Wind, and Fire. Get your tickets right now, ozarksamp.com.
Along with Wild Will, I'm Uncle Chris. We got a great cup of coffee for you this week. A very special hometown hero for Will.
Massive fish caught on Lake of the Ozarks. We're talking massive.
Too big to even weigh, man. And they're working on new roads in Lake Ozark.
Plus, does the city of Lake Ozark endorse the Osage Nation Casino?
Interesting. And on top of all that, what's the latest on Oasis at Lakeport? You got to join us for a cup of coffee.
Country music icon Trace Adkins in concert.
That honky tonk, but donk.
Somewhere in America tour. Friday, June 30th, Ozarks Amphitheater.
You need a heartbreak song.
Trace Adkins with Eddie Montgomery. Tickets on sale now at ozarksamp.com. Bridal Cave and Split Arrow Boutique. New album available now. Trace Adkins, Somewhere in America.
Your furry friends are more than pets, they're family. And at our veterinary, we understand that. With multiple locations, we can service your pets when and where you need it. Our team of professionals offer routine wellness, orthopedic care from broken bones to joint repair, and even emergency services. We are ready to welcome your pet to our family with medical or preventative care. Our veterinary, with 6 convenient locations, the team providing exceptional care for your pet when and where you need it. All right.
Oh my gosh, stop it. You're too much. Welcome to another edition of Furry Friends presented by our veterinary. I'm Megan Albers. This is Mary Meow Me Tilly, and we have a very lovable cat, as you can see. He loves all of the attention. And this is Svedka, correct?
Yes.
All right. Tell me about Svedka.
So Svedka's history with us goes back 5 years.
Okay.
So in July, I will have been working at the shelter 5 years.
Okay.
And he was one of the first kittens that I met when I started here. Him and his 5 siblings came in June of 2018.
Okay.
And by the time I started here, they had already, several of them had eye removal surgeries and a lot of vet care that was needed and everything.
Okay.
So the lady that brought them in, they had developed runny, goopy eyes, like kittens tend to do when they're outside and not being well taken care of. And she, instead of taking them to the vet, and I completely understand, you got stray kittens, not a lot of money to invest in them and all that, you're gonna do what you can at home.
Yeah.
But one thing that you never ever do is don't use human over-the-counter products on an animal if you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
So what she did was used triple antibiotic ointment in their eyes.
Oh.
And there are reasons why you would use triple antibiotic ointment on a pet. I have done it many times myself. We've done it on shelter animals, but you stop and think that's not something that you're going to put in your own eyes. There are special antibiotic ointments for eyes.
For your eyes, yeah.
Yeah, and so it did a lot more damage than it did good. So by the time I met Svedka, he had been here about 3 weeks. Several of them had to have surgery to remove damaged eyeballs. So he is missing his left eye, and that was done when he was a tiny kitten. And then he eventually, after they all got well, they all got adopted out and hadn't heard about them in quite a while, And we had a lady who called the other day and she said, I found a cat outside. His microchip traces back to you guys. And so I was calling to see what information I could get. His name is Svedka, and as soon as she said the name, it was kind of hard to forget a litter of kittens named after vodka.
Yeah.
The person who named them worked part-time as a bartender as well, so that was
Makes
no
sense.
surprise.
Yeah.
She said this cat is missing an eye, and I explained to her that was done, we were aware of that. It was done before he left us. And he is declawed.
Oh dear.
So you know how we feel
he was
about
outside
that. He was
and
found outside, declawed, basically defenseless.
Oh man, poor guy.
So one thing that we have learned about him in the couple of days that he's been back here is that he is terrified of the outdoors.
I mean, understandable.
We initially put him in our front lobby room that has that window. Most of the time the kitties love being in there. You know, we've got a bird feeder outside that window, and they sit up in the window and watch the birds, watch all the people coming in and out. And he saw that window and he was absolutely terrified.
Oh, poor guy.
Started growling, darted down into a little hidey hole area. So we decided we had the vet look at him today when she came in for her walk through, got him caught up on his shots and everything. And so we decided to swap out him and Magic because maybe that'll give Magic a little bit better chance, up in the front room. She'll be seen more, and she loves the humans. We're gonna see how she likes the window.
Yeah.
She loves all that attention, and she, maybe it'll get her noticed more, and then that'll keep him in this room that is windowless, and we don't have to worry about him being scared about that. But like I said, there are reasons, there are certain human meds that can be used on animals for certain things, and all I can say about that, if you are thinking about doing that, do your research. Don't
Talk
just
to a vet.
Don't just
who knows what they're doing.
And you can Google, and there's a lot of false information out there and everything. So if you're ever gonna try to do some kind of DIY treatment on your animals, look it up on a vet. So there's plenty of vet sites out there that have information. There's plenty of shelter sites that have information, like the big shelters like the SPCA and Best Friends and things like that have, a lot of good information on them. But, if you wouldn't use it in your own eyes, don't use it on a cat's eyes.
Yeah, don't do that. So does he have any special restrictions or anything? Or, aside from, maybe avoid outdoors at all costs.
I have a feeling he's not going to be one that's going to bolt out the door. At this point, he's 5 years old, so, he's healthy right now, but that is, a little bit older than a kitten, so, keep that in mind. He seems to be healthy. He's very friendly, but just keep in mind that because he is an adult cat, he's going to much quicker approach the age of needing, potential vet care and things like that. He does seem to be doing okay with the litter box and everything. If you look at his paws up close, they're kind of curled up, and he seems to be walking around okay, but that could be something that's going to cause him pain, going to cause, sometimes those declawed cats can have litter box issues later in life. So there are things that you can do with that. You may need to get a special litter or, come up with a different scenario if it gets to a point where it starts bothering him to walk in. A lot of times that's what it is when the declawed cats aren't using the litter box. It's because the type of litter that is in there is hurting their feet. So then you have to kind of get creative with it.
So he needs a very patient and understanding home. It's willing to, navigate that kind of stuff if those issues arise.
And give him lots of butt scritches and lots of belly rubs.
Yes, he loves the attention. He's all about it.
I sat in the day after he came in. I went in the room with him to spend some time, and we went back and forth with. He'd go to the food bowl, he'd get a bite of food, and then he'd come over to me and he'd chew it up while he was over with me. And we'd do butt scritches, and then he'd plop down on the ground and roll on his back, and we'd just rub the belly. Man. He loves that. It's not a trap.
It's not a trap.
It's not a trap with this one.
So he's super affectionate, loves people, obviously. Not a fan of the outdoors. He would need to be.
I can't say I blame him.
Yeah, right. It's a scary place out there. He would need to be an indoor cat, of course. Which, why wouldn't you want him just hanging out with you all the time inside? He's a super sweet boy. So if you want to meet him, you can come down to the shelter. You can also apply for him, at ozarkscatandcanine.com. Now, you guys have a fundraiser coming up very soon.
Yes, we do. Biggest fundraiser we've done in a long time, definitely since before COVID.
Yeah.
June 30th, Friday night, 5 to 8 p.m. at the Encore in Lake Ozark, right on Bagnell Dam Strip. We have wristbands available for sale. They are $20 each.
Okay.
And we have those at the thrift store and at the shelter building both. They're available by calling Encore, and also available at AP and Company on the Strip as well. A little clothing boutique over there that opened up, I believe, last year. And the wristband, you don't need a wristband to get in.
Okay.
Because it is in a public area of the facility that people are going to be walking through, but you will need that wristband to get access to the food.
Okay. Which,
and also, and also they will be doing prize drawings. Probably multiple per hour.
Okay.
That your wristband will get you one ticket into the prize drawing.
Okay.
You can get an additional ticket by bringing a 10-pound or large bag of dog or cat food, and we will have our van out front. You can drop that off at the van before you go in.
All right.
And they'll give you an extra ticket for the door prize drawings.
Can you get wristbands the night of the event, or do they have to be purchased
They
beforehand?
will have them the night of the event, but we're kind of hoping that most people will pre-buy just so we can get an idea on food for the caterers and how much needs to be made. Fortunately, given the location and that they will be cooking on site, if we do start to run out, they will be able to get us more, but we'd like to have an idea ahead of time.
That's nice. Yeah.
We're going to have a silent auction, and we've got some really good stuff been donated for that. If you check out our Facebook page the rest of this week and next week, I'm doing auction sneak peeks on there, thanking the donors. We've got a lot of gift baskets, got some boat rides, we've got a B&B stay, we've got a laptop, a Harley Davidson cooler. I had a guy bring me a Harley lamp that has light and sound.
Oh, wow.
And a shadow box that's Harley
that's
Davidson. I'm not sure if we'll be doing those together or separate. And a lot of cool things. Things are still rolling in. We are still taking donations on that. So if you have something, you can drop it by the shelter or give us a call, and we'll see about getting it picked up for you. We're going to have a lot of the smaller ticket items, like gift certificates for restaurants and things like that, will probably be door prizes. And we're just looking at a good night. There's going to be music by the Dueling Pianos, cash bar, all sorts of stuff.
It's going to be a fun night.
Yep. All sorts of stuff to support the animals.
Yeah, raise money for some furry friends, and also potentially win some stuff, get some stuff, enjoy some good food, drinks, entertainment. People can find the details on your Facebook page and your website as well, right? Okay. All right. Well, let's get this sweet boy at home. I don't think he'll last long because he's just so affectionate and just wonderful. He's amazing. But if you do want a chance to take him home to your home, you can go to ozarkscatandcanine.com, apply there, and you can also find all the details on the fundraiser there as well. Oh, he's amazing. All right, we should go. We're gonna have to pet him for a few more days. That does it for another Furry Friends presented by our veterinary.
Your furry friends are more than pets, they're family, and at our veterinary, we understand that. With multiple locations, we can service your pets when and where you need it. Our team of professionals offer routine wellness, orthopedic care from broken bones to joint repair, and even emergency services. We are ready to welcome your pet to our family with medical or preventative care. Our veterinary, with 6 convenient locations, the team providing exceptional care for your pet when and where you need it.
Oh, the Ozarks Amphitheater, the exclusive attraction of Happy Hour. Don't forget to follow them on Facebook for all of their amazing giveaways. They're always doing something fun on Facebook. Also, don't forget to check out the shows that are coming up. Trace Adkins' Somewhere in America tour with Eddie Montgomery. That's happening Friday, June 30th. And I'm super excited. July 2nd, Sunday, July 2nd, Earth, Wind, and Fire. And yours truly gets to open up in the plaza before Earth, Wind, and Fire. Get your tickets right now, ozarksamp.com.
Want a dock that will withstand the wake from a million boats? Want a dock that's different from the usual dock? Then you want Ozark Barge and Dock in Gravois Mills. Ozark Barge and Dock now celebrating 35 years of building the best dock on Lake of the Ozarks. And we guarantee every dock we build. So when it comes time to build your custom dock, trust the best and go with Ozark Barge and Dock, building the best dock at the lake for the last 35 years.
Country music icon, Trace Adkins, in concert.
That honky tonk, but donka donk.
Somewhere in America tour. Friday, June 30th, Ozarks Amphitheater.
You need a heartbreak song.
Trace Adkins with Eddie Montgomery. Tickets on sale now at ozarksamp.com. Bridal Cave and Split Arrow Boutique. New album available now. Trace Adkins, Somewhere in America.
If it's happening at the lake, it's happening on Lake TV. From the Polar Plunge to festivals parades, Aquapalooza, and boat shows, Lake TV has it all. Even the granddaddy of them all, the shootouts. If you're looking for places to party, things to do, or even a new home to move into, you've gotta love Lake TV.
What a fantastic show, and we thank you so much for joining us here on Happy Hour. Again, I want to say thanks for sponsoring the Furry Friends, our good friends at Our Veterinary, also our other sponsors, Ozark Barge and Dock, Surdike Yamaha, and our exclusive attraction of Happy Hour, the Ozarks Amphitheater. Speaking of Surdike Yamaha, next week we hit some wave runners for our year-round fun segment with Surdike, and it's going to be great. We also have Kovacs. I'm going to be doing some fireworks shopping. We have another Furry Friends and Kevin Hilly's Talk of the Town. So next week's show is going to be just as fun as this week's show. And I just want to say thanks to the folks that we had on the show, Constance Hoffman, Jenny Wall, Seth Hine and his daughter, and also our Furry Friends. We have a fantastic lineup for you right here on Lake TV, so thank you for joining us on Happy Hour.